The world is in turmoil. The treacherous officials Li Tui and Guo Yi run rampant in the court.
In a battle, two bandits kidnap the emperor as a hostage.
In the midst of chaos, there are still those who dare to risk their lives twice to save the emperor.
Dongcheng swore to protect the country with his life, determined not to let the king die in the chaos of war.
Attack! Hold the line, brothers, for the Three Kingdoms!
Three bandits unite, and the emperor is once again in danger. Chapter 13 begins here.
Cao Cao defeated Liu Bei at Dingtao. His advance was unstoppable. With so few left, I must consider another course of action.
Cao Cao's army is large. Now, vying for power will only lead to destruction. We should find a safe place and wait for the right time.
Perhaps I should go to Yuanshao, and borrow the prestige of Ji Prefecture?
It is better to send someone to investigate Shao's intentions first, lest we tie ourselves down.
News of the Cao-Lu War quickly reached Yuanshao in Jizhou.
Liu Bei is a tiger and a wolf. If he occupies Yanzhou, he will surely devour Jizhou. Liu Bei is a tiger and a wolf. If he occupies Yanzhou, he will surely devour Jizhou.
Why don't I help Cao Cao eliminate Liu Bei to eliminate future threats?
One plots deeply, another uses others' hands. The world is once again in turmoil.
Report! Yuan Shao has sent troops to help Cao Cao.
One cow is difficult to defeat, and now there's the army of Jizhou. This time, I'm in danger.
The land of Shuzhou is newly taken by Liu Bei. His righteousness is widely known. We should go and seek refuge there first.
Okay, let's go to Shujiao to find Liu Xuande. When tigers and wolves are cornered, they seek refuge at the gates of righteousness. Reporting to the Lord, Liu Bei has arrived at the gate with his army, requesting refuge. Liu Bei is a hero of this era. I should go out to meet him. Liu Bei is like a tiger or a wolf. Harboring him will surely lead to harm. If he hadn't fought in Yanzhou, Shujiao would have been lost. Now that things have come to this point, what other plans do I have? Big brother, you have a very kind heart, but you must be very careful.
Liu Bei himself came out to greet him, respecting the hero in distress.
General, your arrival here is truly a blessing for Shujiao. Thank you, Lord, for not despising a defeated general. Since the Minister of War killed Dongzhu, I have suffered many hardships. The feudal lords did not tolerate him, and then he encountered Cao Cao, who was inhumane and invaded Shuzhou.
Thanks to the warlord's rescue of Dao Kong To, I was able to launch a surprise attack on Yan province, dividing the forces of Cao.
Now I wish to return to the Lord to discuss great matters. I wonder what your opinion is.
The Taoist master has just passed away, and I am only temporarily governing Shuzhou. Now that the general has arrived, I beg to relinquish it.
He yielded the entire land of the province, his benevolence resounding. Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, both faces filled with rage.
Guan Yu, 9 feet tall, face as red as a persimmon, 2 feet long beard, phoenix eyes and silkworm eyebrows, majestic and valiant appearance.
I am merely a brave man, not worthy of being a governor.
A strong guest should not overpower the host. Please, Lord, do not be suspicious.
Outwardly, the wine is strong and the meaning is righteous. But inwardly, each person plots their own scheme.
Shuzhou is a temporary resting place for desperate tigers and wolves.
Yesterday I was treated with great hospitality by the envoy. Today I invite you again to show my gratitude.
Wine is on the table, but suspicion lies at the bottom of the glass.
Please come inside, Lord. We can discuss a private matter.
If you are uneasy, I will be there for you.
I would like to pay my respects to the Lord, to express my gratitude.
Please, please, dispense with such formality. I dare not accept it. My dear brother, why be so humble? Come out! I'll fight you 300 rounds! Rebellious son! Get out of the way! Third brother is drunk and speaking nonsense. Please don't take offense, General. One word, dear brother, almost ignited a bloody battle. The smile on his face has faded. The seeds of doubt in his heart have deepened. Liu Bei, I will fight you for 300 rounds. Third brother, for the greater good, please be patient. Third brother, for the greater good, please be patient.
The warlord does not abandon me, but I fear your younger brother will not tolerate me. Therefore, I beg to go elsewhere.
If the general leaves, wouldn't my crime regret?
Let me bring my brother to apologize another day.
Nearby is Xiaobai Township, where I once set up a garrison.
Please, General, come and rest. I will supply you with provisions.
Nearby is Xiaobai Township, where I once set up a garrison. Please, General, come and rest. I will supply you with provisions.
Outwardly yielding, but inwardly difficult to trust each other completely.
The great task is not yet accomplished. Why have you let emotions override reason?
Only fear that one day tigers and wolves will turn against me and bite me.
Cao Cao pacified Shandong. His great achievements resounded throughout the court.
The court appointed him as Jiande General and Fei Ting Marquis. Meanwhile, Li Kui proclaimed himself Grand Marshal, and Guo Yi proclaimed himself Grand General, acting with impunity.
The court was as if it existed, but not existed. Loyal words were choked in the throat. If we can enlist Cao Cao's help to protect the country and eliminate the villains, perhaps the world will still have some hope.
I have been disrespected by those two bandits for a long time. How wonderful it would be if I could kill them.
First, let them slaughter each other. Then invite Cao Cao to the capital to wipe out the bandits.
What about that plan? Guo Yi's wife is naturally jealous. I will use a counter-espionage scheme to stir up suspicion, and they will surely turn against each other.
A secret decree, sowing seeds of suspicion between two bandits.
In times of great danger, one can only rely on one word: strategy.
I heard that Your husband is very close to the wife of General Li. If Li Tui knew, I'm afraid my husband would be in trouble.
My lord, your kindness wounds me deeply. I shall never forget this day.
Words as sharp as needles pierce the heart of a jealous woman. My husband must not go tonight. He is an unpredictable person. What if he poisons me?
Enough. I must go.
Fine.
I and Li Tui were planning something important together. How could he harm me?
The plot had not yet come from Li Tui, but the poison had already taken root in the heart of Guo Yi's wife.
Let's see if he wants to harm my family or not. The food was brought from outside. We must try it first.
A dog's life was exchanged for a matter of great doubt. A dog's life was exchanged for a matter of great doubt.
Li Tui! How dare you treat me like this?
From here, two wolves in the same cage begin to tear each other apart.
We attack tomorrow. No more delays. Are you with me?
The supply lines are weak. We should secure them first.
Nonsense. Fortune favors the bold. We strike now.
He's been poisoned again by Li Tui. To save her husband, she didn't care about the disgust, as long as she could keep him alive.
He wanted to harm me first. If I didn't strike first, I would surely fall into his trap.
One side prepared in advance. The other side refused to be outdone. Guo Yi! How dare you turn against me?
Two armies of tens of thousands met at the foot of the city walls, and the people trembled and hid in their houses.
Swords and spears are aimed at each other, but the blood that flows is that of the common people.
Escort the Emperor out!
Li Jian, Kui's grandson, seized the opportunity to usurp the throne.
Quick! Get the carriages out of the city!
Palace maids died like straw. Their cries mingled with the sounds of swords and spears.
One side vying for the king, the other side defending the king.
The Emperor becomes a struggle.
Retreat! Let me take the Imperial carriage out of the city!
In the midst of chaos, no one had time to distinguish right from wrong, and the king was dragged back to the enemy camp.
The palace was ablaze. The capital turned to ashes.
The capital city was overgrown with weeds and thorns. The 6 palaces suffered from hunger and hardship.
The king became a prisoner in the hands of the enemy and had to follow them to Mayo.
The emperor and his ministers ate only enough, sometimes not, and were so hungry and thirsty that their faces were haggard.
Your Majesty has requested this, to bestow upon the servants.
I've already served you food morning and evening. What more do you want? Spoiling meat and mushy rice, foul-smelling. Thrown to the king like throwing to a dog. How dare these rebellious traitors disrespect me like this?
Please, Your Majesty, be patient and do not provoke him, lest the consequences be greater. The golden dragon has fallen into a torn net, and can only grit his teeth and endure the humiliation.
Sir, cavalry troops have come to rescue the Emperor! I thought they were saviors, but it turned out to be another dangerous encirclement. Guo Yi! How dare you oppose me? You are a traitor! What's the point of not killing you?
The king lay between two streams of bullets, his life hanging by a thread. Even amidst the whirlwind of rebellion, there were still those who remembered the emperor.
Jia Shu, although he was a confidant of Li Chui, still remembered the emperor.
Do you have compassion for the Han Dynasty and will save me? Please, Your Majesty, do not speak loudly. My heart is always as it is, and I will find a way to save you. Guo Yi is inhumane and oppresses the officials. Without me, the Imperial carriage would have been lost. The enemy thought he was a savior, and the Emperor had to feign gratitude to save his life. You are from Xiliang. Li Tui still has some credibility. Go and mediate the peace. If Li Tui brings out the Emperor, I will spare the officials. I have served the government for 4 years. Everyone knows my accomplishments.
Strength and power are not stable. Even Grand Tutor Dongzhu lost his head in the marketplace. A general who oppresses the emperor is guilty of a greater crime.
Did the Emperor send you to humiliate me? I'll chop off your head first.
Killing the king's envoy will surely draw criticism from the vassals, making it even harder to bring peace to the world.
The king is humiliated! I must die! That is the fulfillment of my duty.
A loyal and righteous man, carrying the truth far away, hoping to move the hearts of the soldiers of Xiliang.
Li Tui is plotting rebellion. Anyone who follows him is a traitor and will surely bring disaster upon themselves.
Loyal words are like a strong wind, enough to make the enemy's banner tremble.
The Emperor knows your loyalty and righteousness, so he orders you to return to your district, and you will be greatly rewarded later.
Resentment was already in their hearts, just waiting for a word to leave. The enemy has lost its allies, and its morale is gradually declining.
This blessing is bestowed upon me by the gods. Merit and demerit are indistinguishable, only knowing how to get drunk on illusions.
He rewarded the shamans generously, forgetting the soldiers and generals. He rewarded the shamans generously, forgetting the soldiers and generals.
We risked our lives in battle, but we're no match for those shamanic women. Then why not kill him and save the Emperor? You light a fire as a signal. I will lead the troops from outside to attack.
The plan was not yet complete, but the information had already been leaked.
Dare to plot rebellion! Behead him in front of everyone! One head fell, vanished into thin air. The plan has surely failed. Now I must think of another way.
At this time, Zhang Ji brought his army, claiming to be mediating between the two sides.
Whichever side doesn't listen, I will attack! In desperate circumstances, we are forced to temporarily put an end to the fighting. Go! Inform them we accept their terms!
Hongnong is a place of temporary peace.
Please bring the Emperor there.
I have long longed for Dongdu, and now temporarily going to Hongnong is also a blessing.
A glimmer of hope at the end of the dark tunnel.
The autumn season is cold, and the road back is fraught with countless dangers.
Who is passing through here?
The Emperor's carriage is passing. Who dares to stop it?
Why am I here? Why haven't you withdrawn your troops yet?
Long live the Emperor! One shout of "Long live the Emperor" was only enough to clear the way once. I intended to take the Imperial carriage back to my O. How dare you release them without my permission? His ambition was not yet extinguished, and he wanted to drag the king back, to use him as a shield. The Emperor's carriage must not leave so quickly! Ah! Just escaped the wolf's den, only to encounter the tiger's mouth. The enemy is pursuing us again. What should we do now?
The court officials were terrified and could only tremble with fear. Fortunately, Yang Feng led his troops from Zhongnan Mountain to protect the Emperor.
Yang Feng, you dare to defy General Guo? Where is Gongming?
That is Su Huang, a tall, imposing, and calm general wearing a heavy battle robe and armor from Yang County, Hedong Province, courtesy name Gongming.
In one blow, the enemy's head fell at the horse's feet.
Guo Yi suffered a great defeat and had to retreat more than 20 miles.
You saved me. That is a great deed.
This is Du Huang, whose courtesy name is Kong Ming, the one who killed the enemy.
General Shu Huang, for your loyalty and service, I grant you this land.
A hero meeting a wise ruler, his loyalty grows even stronger.
After many days of hunger and hardship, the king and his ministers had a heart-warming meal.
In the midst of war, even a peaceful night's sleep is a blessing.
Undeterred by defeat, Guo Yi again led his troops.
The king and Yang Feng were trapped in the encirclement.
Another army came to break the siege. It was the royal relative, Dong Cheng.
Your Majesty, please do not worry. I and General Yang swear to slay those two bandits.
The humiliation of being scorned by the enemy. The king recounted it while shedding tears.
Once again, the Imperial carriage had to travel in the dark of night.
Yang Feng and Dong Cheng have rescued me and brought me to Hongnong. If we let the king go to Shandong, the vassals will surely follow, and we will all die. Let's unite our forces, go to Hongnong and kill Emperor Han Xiandi, and divide the empire in half for each of us.
The elderly were killed. The strong were taken away before the battle, called suicide soldiers.
With fewer troops than the enemy, they could only try to protect the Imperial carriage.
The Imperial carriage can go. All the gold and jewels are thrown away.
The city of Hongnong was completely looted.
The Emperor had to flee again, no different from a hunted animal. Quickly summon Han Xian, Liu Bei, and Hu Kai to come to the rescue!
He was once a mountain bandit. Now he is called back to save the Emperor.
For the time being, the king has a coalition of guards.
The path they walked was mingled with blood and tears.
Guo Yu, a fierce and crude general. His battle robes and armor were bulky, used the trick of throwing away his robes to lure their greed.
Greed for a few clothes, they lost their entire battle formation.
The army to rescue the emperor suffered repeated defeats, leaving the emperor increasingly helpless.
The Yellow River blocked the road, and the enemy followed like a shadow.
Quickly think of a way to get His Majesty down into the boat!
Use the horse's reins to tie around your Majesty's back and lower it slowly.
During the chaos, I found this silk. Please allow me to use it for tying.
The Emperor's body was like that of an ordinary person, so he had to use silk to tie his waist to cross the river.
The enormous imperial court now has only a few figures left.
谄王不着于金锁牛车，金在头针信进了过去。
The stale rice was inedible. The miserable situation was beyond description.
Even in dire straits, titles must be bestowed to retain people's loyalty.
I am willing to risk my life to persuade Li Tui and Guo Yi to disband their troops.
The royal carriage must be moved again, this time to the small land of Anyi.
The emperor lived in a thatched hut, with soldiers and generals guarding outside the fence. Power fell into the hands of military generals, while the words of civil officials were as weak as a passing breeze. The one who was recently pardoned now relies on his past achievements and shows no respect for anyone.
Sincere advice. The two bandits temporarily heeded it.
That year there was a famine. People were starving and dying everywhere.
There are still those who remember the state and wholeheartedly offer tribute.
We should renovate the Luyang Palace and bring the imperial carriage back to the eastern capital.
Anyi is small, but I am stationed here. You all attend to the Emperor, while I remain.
Only they dared to risk their lives to follow the Emperor.
The three bandits have secretly formed a united front.
Knowing the conspiracy beforehand, they hastily took the king away in the night.
His ambition prevented him from waiting for his comrades.
Jiguan! Jishan! The mountain road is treacherous, and the enemy is pursuing from behind.
The sound of horses' hooves pounded like thunder. The enemy had arrived.
The carriage must not leave so quickly! Li Tui! Guo Yi are here!
Having just escaped the wolf's den, only to fall into the tiger's mouth. Does heaven understand?
The left and right sides did not know whether to advance or retreat.
In the past,
2 bandits were 2 armies. Now, 3 bandits have joined forces. There was no way to retreat. The road to advance was full of swords and spears.
How can we escape this calamity again?
A loyal man has 1,000 schemes. All he hopes is to preserve the Emperor's life.
Even if my body is destroyed, I must protect the Emperor.
Even if I die in the Battle of Jishan, I will not let the enemy ram into the king's chariot.
3 bandits joined forces. Heaven and earth seem to fall upon Emperor Han Shandi. No one dares to predict whether the Emperor will live or die this time.
You'll know when the next episode comes.